guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Thando Sithole. If you are new here, please take your time to like, comment, subscribe, all of that, and welcome back to another edition of Wednesday. Yes, I like, honestly, how do I even say that? Like I change how I say it every time. Today, by the title of this video, we are going to be discussing CV typing / job hunting tips. It is another part of this series I call Adulting 101. Please, disclaimer, I am no expert, I am no professional. I am just a 20-year-old that went through a whole bunch of, I feel, unavoidable experiences, hard experiences, and I do not want anybody else that, if I can help it, to go through the same experiences. My job, the reason why I'm here, is to make sure that everybody here reaches success in the easiest and fastest way possible. Not going through all the stuff that I have to go through. Okay? Thanks. Basically, I share my experiences as a 20-year-old trying to adult and do this adulting thing, obviously in the hopes that I can help someone out there. So please, again, disclaimer, angasluto. To get into this video, the first detail I want to share with everybody is to know what you're looking for when it comes to a career, whatever it might be. I feel like I was lucky enough, obviously, to know. I've always known where I wanted to be. I've always known that I wanted to be in a business, own a business, work. I've known, like, literally my whole life that I wanted to do business, economics, commerce. I just wanted to be a corporate lady, an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like a business boss lady. And some time ago, one of my friends was like, you know, I remember when you were in like grade 9 and you said that you wanted to be like this business lady and you just always know where you wanted to go, and you like actually do that. I'm like, yes, I really am. And I'll be actually, it's like I'm doing the littlest, the bare minimum, when I'm actually doing the most. I know everybody is not that, you know, decisive about what they want to do with their life, but I really advise that everybody just kind of like woosahs, shut out whatever other external voice is speaking to them, and just focus on what they want and what they see themselves doing for basically the rest of their lives. And if you change along the way, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and do that as well. But just understand what you want and where you see your career path going, because that is gonna formulate whatever else you do. And basically, for me, it's a good way to start this video, because it basically formulates how you can like put this video into your own perspective and into context for your own life right now. So that's number 1. Know what you want. Tip number 2. I find that all my friends will be like, oh, I want a job, you know, I want to start working. I'm like, baby girl, baby, darling, it's hard, you know, doing like work, waking up every morning, you know, when all your friends are practically asleep, you know, check your story, it's 12 p.m. when bees lapel the skin. Where are your friends? They are branching about nako nesushi lana baphethe nama cocktails ngapha bayashoot our stories, you know, like it's hard. So before you think about getting a job, think about that too. Are you ready to make that type of sacrifice as a young adult? Are you ready to make that type of sacrifice? I really feel like it is a great sacrifice for your time. It is beneficial, hopefully. Like, let's hope it's beneficial. Like, y'all, it is beneficial for your future, but like, are you willing to make that type of sacrifice? Yeah, I just wanted to throw it in there. I hope that everybody that is looking for a job is not looking for a job because they're trying to support, you know, people. I know there are some people out there with that type of, you know, background or situation, which is very tough. It's very hard, because obviously you have the pressure just to do and not really think about what you're doing carefully, you know what I'm saying, because you're under so much pressure. But guys, if you really like can't help it, don't get a job. I'm gonna say this to you right now. Don't get a job. I put up a story on my IG just asking, you know, you guys the type of tips that you would like for me to share to other people on this very video. And somebody said, don't umsebenzi uzoxaka and uzoxaka, my darling. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you can help it, if you don't, like, if you just want the job because you think you need the extra money and you feel like allowance that your parents give you, you know, like if you get an allowance, don't get a job, just budget correctly, please. Okay. So for me, the first thing that I did when I decided to want a job, which I actually have been looking for a job since grade 11. I just remembered I've been looking for a job since grade 11. The first thing I did when I was really serious and I was out of school, just did my matric, you know, first year or whatever, I went on the internet and I found these, like, you know, these templates and, you know, these cute templates with the nice colors and everything to help me create my CV. And I was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm taking my CV. You know, dim low, yeah, you know, being serious about my life. And I took my CV to one of like the heads in the school, well, the student in my student support center, and I was like, okay, so I created this CV, please help me refine it, please help me, you know, like sell myself. She's like, immediately now throw the whole thing away. And I was like, what? It wasn't because my CV, like, the colors are not allowed, or like the, I don't know, the layout is not cute or whatever. It's because I found that nowadays people like to create these short CVs and they like to send those through to brands, which is really cool. Like, it's fine if you have like a summarized CV, but I highly recommend that you create a nice, not lengthy, but you know, a CV that's gonna sell you well. Because if you think about it, your CV is your first impression before you even go in for an interview. You are trying to tell your employer about yourself before your employer actually gets to meet you. So I highly recommend that you sit down and you explain all the work that you have done in detail, at least up to like 10 to 15 duties under each position that you have held. Okay, don't go too overboard, you know, because, you know, make it nice and bullet form as well, you know, but like, give your CV some meat, please, guys. Give your CV some meat. You can have the colors. The aesthetic is really nice. I enjoy the aesthetic. My one does not look like that. My one is like the ATS one, which basically means it's just black and white, you know. I highly recommend that you spend some time and you put some meat and you sell yourself in those CVs. This is what I would add to that as well. A lot of us, I assume, around my age group, I didn't have much work experience. I didn't. But what I did and what I have used to my advantage is this. In my CV, I listed, you know, the demographics, you know, my age, my ID number, and my education. In my education section, I added in the marks that I got because I got good marks in matric. So my student support center lady, she basically told me to add that in as well. So I added it in, and even in interviews, they're like, oh, you got good marks, that's really nice, you must have worked hard, which is like, check, you know, good impression. And then after that, I held a few positions in school. We had an LMT, which is kind of like a learner management team, which is kind of like a prefect thing. And I was also a mentor for grades and classes lower than me, right? So basically, I put that in. And what I said in my CV was, although I may not have had some good, like a position in a job, you know, some work experience, although I might not have had some work experience, I have done this in the past, which I feel I could use in your company like this. So I said, as a class mentor, you know, I had to guide people, you know, advise them. And if you're doing like a sales position, that's really cool, you know, describing to people what they're getting in a product. Because as a class mentor, again, I had to show, you know, when came those like orientation days, I had to like show around the school and sell the school. And if you're applying for like a sales assistant position, that you can use that, you know what I'm saying? I could give you another example. In the learner management team, I had to like speak to the principal, you know, and you could say I had to consult with the principal, share ideas for this and this, and then go back to everybody else and the students and share my ideas like this and this and this. like you can use that in administration. You know, you go to your manager, this and this and this, and then you correlate that to like customers and emails or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, which is tip number 2, anything that you might feel that you lack, take it, make it transparent, illustrate it, and say, but this is the good that I can do from what I have already gained and what I have already learned in my life so far. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like it doesn't. But basically, anything that you feel like you're not good at, child, let them know and assure them that you will be. Especially if you don't have work experience. Find something that you feel like you have done that you could use for your advantage. You know what I'm saying? Back to the things that I added here on my IG. Somebody said, start small and then aim for the bigger jobs. Okay, for me, I totally disregarded this. I totally disregarded this tip, but I can see why it could work for someone else because we're all on different paths. For me, like I said, I've always known what I wanted to do. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to like Mr. Price, you know, although I did apply to those jobs, you know, but even at Mr. Price, I was applying for internships. I did not qualify at all. But I was like, I know the work ethic I could do, so that's what I'm doing. But like, that is so true. You have to get yourself out there, no matter how big or small the position is. Tip number 3, get yourself out there. Out there. Apply to things that you don't even qualify for. Do it. Do it, because you never know who might give you a chance. You never know who might give you a chance. Like, so you have to make sure you put your best foot forward all the time, consistently. Put in the work every day to get there. Okay, another person goes back to the typing. They say Canva ads give you professional and versatile resume layouts. Always include a letterhead inspired for each CV, not to personalize the CV. Thank you. They touched on a different point. Please make sure that each CV that you send out is personalized to the job descriptions, the job requirements of that particular position. Okay, every company is going to want a little bit of something, and from those requirements and descriptions, take your CV from that general CV that you might have created and create a more personalized, a more streamlined CV for that particular job in that particular company. If they wanted someone with good communication skills, and they state that, when a speech and drama person that got the award for speeches, put that in, put that certificate in. If you're applying for something, I don't know, something like administration and data capturing, when a library monitor, put that in. What you were the library monitor in your school, you know what I'm saying? Like, use all those things, because people are going to be looking for those things, and basically take what you have and put it to context with what the company would be looking for. My last tip, and I mentioned it in my other video, child, if you still have not done this, and guys, ngicela nivuselele LinkedIn bafethu, ngicela nje sonke. Please, LinkedIn is so important, and create a profile for yourself that's really nice. And LinkedIn also gives you an option to add ready to work, you know, in your basically bio thing. So please get LinkedIn. On LinkedIn as well, you can find good places that are hiring. You can also find other sites that you can put your CV through to. Please, guys, get LinkedIn. It's so quick. It's so easy. You know, like, I could even show you a little something if you need some help. You can even ask me, guys. Like, honestly, LinkedIn is huge. It's huge. I Slack too. I have LinkedIn, but I don't interact on it. And I really need to start interacting on it. But, like, get LinkedIn. That's the tea. Like, that's the tea. That is I feel the tips that are like most important, that I feel like people miss easily, you know. People my age rather miss easily. When I was starting out, I missed it entirely. So I'm not gonna, like, everybody can type, everybody knows how to make things look cute and straight, you know. There's Canva, there's so many sites out there. I'm not really gonna touch on that. So yeah, guys, just ensure that you have an idea of where you want to go. You sell yourself as much as possible, okay? People will read what you have on there. You know, people will read what you have on there. So if it's a 1-pager, that's fine. But if you can put as much meat as possible and make it a 2-pager, even better. If you're adding something consistent, if you're showing that you are a person of value, put that in. And lastly, again, guys, LinkedIn. As we're gonna make. Okay. Anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. Thank you if you have stayed for this long of the video, guys. Honestly, no. If you stay for this long, you already know what it is. You like it. You like being here. So like, comment, give me some tips, please. Give me some tips. I'm really grateful for the tips that we have shared in my other video. I used those tips. So please help me as well. I'm just starting out as much as you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody on here, does not go through the mistakes that I made. And if you can help me avoid some mistakes that you guys have made, help. It's the ghetto out here. It's the ghetto. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. I'm just gonna wait for my family to stop making a noise. I really do be filming these videos at night when everybody's here. But like I said, guys, it's catty, so I'm trying to do the most because I don't have much time. See now, I lost my train of thought, child. And I didn't even write that down. Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? And I took it to one of ¿Qué se piensas?
Ya,
Ella ya sabe.
¿Qué vio? Ahí ya certeza, claramente. Agora tu foi aquele amarelo, é algo bom, tu